Hello, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Today we're doing nothing interesting actually. There might be some stuff that is interesting that's worth some time to divulge into great discussions about, but I think in terms of good topics to talk about, there's not much. There's really not much. Um, there's the fact that Raul Rosas is bigger than Ilya Taporia. This is a little bit concerning, the fact that Ilya Taporia is looking smaller. I mean, everywhere he just looks smaller than Raul Rosas. I mean, personally, I would not want to get mogged by little men, little chihuahuas over here. Raul Rosas, who looks like a dog who just yaps at you all the time, but it's really not looking too good. I mean, look at the legs. They're just, both of them got skinny, calves, because Dags, Downies, assemble. What's up, man? Yeah, assemble all you want. But it's like upper body wide. Look at the shoulders of Raul Rosas. Look at the traps of Raul Rosas. And then look at the tiny incy wincy shoulders and tiny incy wincy traps of Ilya Taporia. Like, it just doesn't look too good. But I don't want to get fooled by the internet to pick against Taporia. I think I always fall into that trap, getting fooled by the internet, being like, oh yeah, dude, Max is going to do it, dude. Max is going to get it. Volkanovski is going to get it. Ilya Taporia is not that guy. And then I just get humbled at the end. But, it is what it is. Oh my gosh. Top 15 GOAT list, no joke. Number 1, Jones. Number 2, GSP. Number 3, Volkanovski. Number 4, Davalishvili. Number 5, Cormier. Number 6, Makachev. Number 7, Miocic. 8, Holloway. Habib. Pereira. Usman. Taporia. Duplessis. Mighty Mouse. Silva. You know what? You know what's actually crazy is that this isn't that bad of a list. The only problem I have with it is that it's like, this is the definition of recency bias. You know what I'm saying? Like, Davalishvili, number 4 over Makachev, I feel like is crazy. But again, Davalishvili beat Umar. And Makachev hasn't beaten someone on the level of Umar. I guess Charles Oliveira, right? He's on the level of Umar. And Dustin Poirier, I feel like Piotr Jan's a higher level than Dustin Poirier. Sean O'Malley's a higher level than Dustin Poirier. So it's like, is Davalishvili number 4 of all time? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I wouldn't put him, I mean, would you put Duplessis at 13 above Mighty Mouse? I don't believe you should. Taporia, I mean, if you're putting Volkanovski 3, you got to put Taporia up there. I feel, at least. It's not terrible. People might disagree just because it looks so recency biased, but, Interesting. The rating Kamaru Usman. I was getting pizza. Can you repeat all that? All right. So what did I say? I said Davalishvili does not deserve to be number 4. I said no. I said he could be number 4 because he's beating some strong competition: O'Malley, Jan, Aldo, Umar. Right. But it just seems a little bit recency bias. Like, how quickly does the thing change? What's up, man? So you telling me a guy with 0 knees on a 3-fight losing streak humbles Buckley? Get the fuck out, you weird man. A guy with 0 knees on a 3-fight losing streak? Yeah, but okay. A 3-fight losing streak does not talk about how Kamaru Usman's situation actually is. That's the biggest misrepresentation of the situation I've ever heard. 3-fight losing streak. Oh, you mean the 3-fight losing streak where in his last fight he fought the most dangerous guy in all of the UFC and he took him to a decision? That's that losing streak? Or the fight before that, he nearly won after getting his quick turnaround where he got knocked out after dominating Leon Edwards for four rounds. Misrepresentation. Okay, bro. Guys washed. Guys washed. Who is Buckley beaten? 41-year-old Wonderboy? Colby Covington on 3 weeks' notice? I don't understand. Vicente Luque, who pulled guard and gave up? Nursultan Ruzaboyev, who's 6'5", cut down to 170 on short notice? I don't know what you're talking about. You know, Kamaru Usman's losing to guys like Hamza Chimaev, who's a future champion, Leon Edwards, former champion, whereas Buckley's lost to guys like Chris Curtis, who's a literal nobody journeyman. I don't know what you're talking about. Seems like you just got cooked. Seems like you got cooked and now you got to leave. So it is what it is. Kamaru Usman's knees held up against Hamzat. Bro, there's been 0 knees for ages. 100%, yeah. Kamaru Usman hasn't had full knees, fully functioning knees for his entire career. You know that, right? When he made his debut, his knees were completely trashed. It's not like this is some new thing. What's with these new fans, dude? They don't know the history. They don't know the lore, man. Bunch of these new casual fans. This God Tarrant. Like, this guy doesn't know the lore. This guy doesn't know what goes on in the UFC. He's just a little bit of casual here. Bit of a nobody. Meaning Colby shouldn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, I know, especially considering Colby. Who was Colby's last win? Jorge Masvidal? Colby's fight before Buckley? What happened? Like, he just got dismantled by Leon Edwards for 5 rounds. Imagine being a grappler. Imagine being a grappler and dismantling and getting dismantled by Leon Edwards. Like, bro, what? Leon Edwards has never done good against grapplers, and you're a grappler and you got dismantled by him. Like, something's not adding up for Colby. Why do you stream when I'm on my... What the frick? Bunch of weirdos. You choose to stream not at 2 a.m. but early when I feel like... Bro, apparently they couldn't believe. Hey, sunglasses quiet, yeah. Hackled the D1 Glazer. True, it's true. Bro, apparently this Muay Thai coach couldn't believe that Aljamain Sterling wasn't... He couldn't believe Aljamain Sterling used to be a champion.
Champion. Yeah.
UFC champion.
UFC champion.
You know what?
Wait till he sees Marab, bro. Wait till he sees Marab. Bro, you know how it really messed this coach up? Say Aljo beat Jan. If this guy knew that Aljamain Sterling beat Piotr Jan, no way Blood thought that was tough. What's up, Shotty? Do you want to party with the demons? Yeah, that's cooked. Still salty about Marab? Bro, I'm not salty about Marab. What? Aljo beat Jan would take away all his pride in his sport and will force him to retire as a coach? Yeah, probably. If you knew that Yeah, after seeing Jan, but Jan is a little bit of a, he's a weird guy. Relax, bro. No one said anything about Marab. Yeah. Bro, chill out. Nobody said anything about Marab. Yeah. Relax, bro. Marab owns you, little bro. Marab doesn't own nothing. Let's keep it a buck here. Marab ain't gonna own nothing. The only thing Marab owns is a robbery win over Umar. What if I did like a whole 180 and I started glazing Umar for no reason? I mean, arguably Umar could have won that fight. Hey man, let's keep it real. Umar could have easily have beaten Marab. Like, dude, people know it. People know that Umar could have easily have beaten Marab. Like, in terms of the judges' scorecards, you know, like it could have gone Umar's way. I want to see that rematch. Let's give Umar an immediate rematch. Sandhagen gonna beat Marab? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's. I don't think Sandhagen's. I mean, he can. Sandhagen can beat him. Like, he's got a flying knee, you know? He's got a leg kick from range. You know, I just don't see the grappling. He's, Marab's just on EPO. It is what it is. Why didn't you go live yesterday? I was busy as hell, man. Bro, your reaction was this idiot says Sean won't get taken down, then progressively sees the verification. Yeah, tackle, true. That was a big sentence. I'm not gonna. Buckley isn't getting humbled this weekend. Yeah, he is, bro. Buckley ain't that guy. Hey, little no days off. You want to catch Unk MMA's views? Oh, Jesus, not this again. Buckley's getting humbled and humiliated. Sean's still the biggest draw at bantamweight? Yeah, probably. I think so. Most followers, and he doesn't even have a whole country behind him. But it's crazy. Sean has more followers than I think the country of Georgia. Humiliated's crazy? It's not crazy. He's been humiliated before. I think getting knocked out by Chris Curtis is humiliation, but imagine what Usman does to Buckley. I think Buckley has a bad track record against his fellow African Americans. I think he does. I think that's his weakness. Like, who'd he beat? You know, white guy Colby, white guy Wonderboy, white guy Vicente Luque. Usman might just end up force feeding Buckley some foo-foo here. And a goosey. We might just see it live on TV. A middleweight, bro, them boy hit different. Nah, Chris Curtis isn't even a middleweight. Let's be honest. Yeah, Chris Curtis at middleweight. Usman's probably bigger than a lot of middleweights. Chris Curtis at middleweight isn't even he's like the smallest middleweight possible. Don't even hit different. And he has a lazy jab. Has no pop in his shot. Yet he knocked out Buckley. It was literally just like a little pop shot. Who do you got? Oliveira, Topuria at 317. Bro, I seen these memes about Topuria being smaller than like Merab, or like the same size as Merab and the same size as Raul Rosas. And it's like, dude, he might be too small for Oliveira. Oliveira's a big guy, you know? From what I heard from Nina Drama, Oliveira's a big guy in more than one way. So I don't want to say Topuria. Like, I'm going Oliveira. I mean, I'm going Topuria. I'm going Topuria. But I wouldn't be surprised if Oliveira gets it done. If I see Oliveira looking massive compared to Topuria, I'm switching my pick. I think Sean has more followers in the country of Georgia. You're implying the country of Georgia has an Instagram account? What? People don't know how good Usman is. The odds maker have a Buck at a big favorite. I know, it doesn't make sense. But Kamaru is a fake Nigerian, so Buckley is okay. Kamaru's a fake Nigerian? I don't think he's a fake Nigerian. What's bigger, Ilya or Merab's nose? Probably. What's bigger, Ilya or or Merab's nose? Probably pretty close, Ilya. DDP trash talk gonna be fire? No. The moment DDP starts trash talking, he's probably gonna get assassinated by Kadyrov. Yo, bro, Amzat. Yeah, let me ask you this question about your hometown, Chechnya. What do you think about? What happened? Dana White. Doc, look at the kid. The kid's gone. He's dead. The kid's dead. Yeah, we're gonna have to do an an interim champion for the kid. You know, he died right on stage after criticizing Chechnya. You know, that's the name of the game. But you got to remember that if that was John Jones on stage, he wouldn't have died. Buckley got slept. Yup. Do you know a fighter is what? Who do you think should Buckley fight if he wins? If he loses, who should he fight? Okay, Jesus. I had to put like all my brain cells together to read that out. Holy, you need to rate properly. Buckley, if he wins, probably Shafkat. That'd be dope. You know, we see Ian Gary versus Sean Brady, and then Buckley or Usman, the winner, fight Shafkat, and then get the title shot. Whoever gets that one, right? But if Buckley loses to Kamaru Usman, who should he fight? If he loses, who's there? Who's like an up-and-comer? Maybe a rematch with Holland. No, but that doesn't really make sense for Buckley. What does he get from that? I guess he gets a loss back, right? But maybe a Bilal. No, he might not fight Bilal. He could. Maybe a Leon Edwards, right? That could work. Like, there's so many fights. There's so many. Stop gooning to Oliveira. Buckley Shafkat. Buckley's about to get KO'd in the face. And the fight was legendary. Hopefully Oliveira gets his belt back. Oliveira, I kind of do want Oliveira to get his belt back just because I really despise Ilia Topuria fans just because they represent the casual audience. That's what I believe. You know, it's like the old representation of casual fans was Alex Pereira, where you couldn't go anywhere, right? You couldn't go anywhere without seeing someone talking about Shama. Nowadays, it's all about Georgia's the best country. It's all about Ilia Topuria, Islam running, right? So I think Ilia and Merab fans are the representation of casual fans. That's what I believe. You're going to get sick and pulled. Yeah. Hopefully Buckley fights Gary. Only one who will talk some real trash. Nah, bro. Ian Gary's not fighting Buckley. Like, this guy, I'm pretty sure Ian Gary's made it clear that he never wants to fight Buckley. Like, he's just not going to fight Buckley. Ian Gary wants to either be the guy to trash talk and have his opponent do no trash talk, or he's just not going to fight. I said, you know, a fighter is... Okay. DDP going to bring up Hamzat Dictator Daddy will buy him more Mercedes? Probably. But I don't think he makes it out. I bet you and JG2 could get along. I know JG2. He's been here before. You support Sugar? Oh, that's good. That's good, man. That's good. Pride Month, right? No, that was last month. JG2 is a massive DDP glazer? Really? How do you feel about 317? I think it's a good card. Pretty decent card. You know what? It doesn't live up to expectations. But at the same time, it's impossible to live up to the expectations that are being set nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the expectations nowadays are so insane. Like, everybody has their own opinion on, like, what's a good card. And people say, oh, that's a bad card. This is a bad card, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, I don't know. Expectations are so high nowadays. Who do you support? In terms of what? Hamza could simply say DDP would get from simply walking in South Africa. Hamzat is more fueled anyways. Yeah, but Hamzat's not the guy to trash talk, I believe. Hamzat's not a guy to do like clever trash talk. He's just going to say, I'm going to kill you in the octagon. You know, you didn't look good against this guy. Hamzat's the guy to talk about in octagon stuff, whereas Drickus only talks about outside of octagon stuff. You know, he'll talk about family and, you know, how you grew up and life in your country and this and that. But Chimaev ain't that guy. Nobody knows shit about Chechnya unless it's a dictator. Otherwise, Hamzat could just flame South Africa. It'd be easy as hell. Maybe, yeah. I never said it was more. Also, I never said I was more excited for the trash talk. I said it's going to be fire, like with Sean and Izzy, LOL. Was it really fire, though? It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. Heckle, calm down. What's a good Jew? What's up? Hamzat's always trash talking. He doesn't speak English well. Yeah, I know, but he's not like trash talking as in like, you know, he doesn't talk about other people's like outside of octagon stuff. He more just talks about like what's going on inside the octagon, right? You know, like you talked about Gerald Meerschaerk's black belt. He talked about Kamaru Usman's knees and his last couple of fights. He talked about, that's about it, right? Your wife is a towel, mate. Yeah. Bro, your wife is a towel. Yo. What do you think of Arman Gaethje? Bro, Gaethje said if he doesn't get a title shot, he's done. And I'm like, I'm waiting. Are you going to leave or what? Like, you're not getting it anytime, buddy. I kind of want to go up to Justin Gaethje and just be like, you're not getting it, buddy. I know you said you want to retire. Yeah, you're not getting it, kid. Yep. We talked to Hunter, talked to Sean Shelby. Yep, you're just not getting it, kid. Yep, good luck, bud. Habib and Islam is the only Dagestanis that's good in my opinion, but Umar's cool. No, Umar's good. Uncle Liev is good. What do you mean the only Dagestanis that are good is Habib and Islam? I think my favorite Dagestani right now, active Dagestani, is Saeed Nurmagomedov. He's my favorite. I like Tagir as well. Tagir's pretty good. Tagir Ulanbekov is pretty good. I think he lost to Tim Elliott in the past. He has like a couple losses, but overall, I think he's actually pretty good. And they're really entertaining, especially Saeed. So if you're missing out on Zabit Magomed Sharipov, just go watch a Saeed fight. He fights nearly the exact same, and even Gas is the exact same. DDP made Izzy cry and Sean have a PTSD about his dad. Yeah, I know, but that's because Izzy and Sean have no trash talk, and they can't do anything. You know what I mean? Izzy and Sean can't do nothing. They're just guys who can take trash talk. You know, Vinicius not that bad. Yeah, Vinicius ain't too bad. And I think and let's be honest, if Vinicius isn't too bad, Brendaro Sopaj ain't too bad. You know, Hamzat Chimaev's training partner. He's pretty good too. You need to keep an eye out on him. I've never heard DDP's trash talk revolve around dominating someone in an actual fight. He just bitches about your life. True. Heckle start protesting like what people are doing in IRL because of raids. Okay. Armand said if his dad doesn't buy him another AP, he's gonna cry. Yeah, probably. Yeah. But daddy, yeah. But daddy, I need to fight for title, daddy. Armand's like that girl. Y'all ever watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Armand's like that girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when he doesn't get a squirrel, but instead it's about title shots. You know what I mean? Like, it's the exact same. Buckley's not getting humbled. He's getting humbled big time. And it's crazy how you don't see it. He's getting humbled like he's been humbled before. You know who's never been humbled? Kamaru Usman. Hey, Usman. Hey, man. Hey, Usman. I'm so happy to hear it, man. Yo, I can't believe I'm facing off with Usman, man. Yo, I can't believe I'm facing off with Usman. Dude, Usman's about to jab this guy's face off. I can see first round TKO for Kamaru Usman. I could see it. Hamzat can only crap on Drickus if he really puts it to his mind. If he can really put his mind to it, then he can bring up the gay stuff and call Drake as a colonizer. But I doubt Hamza would stoop that low. Call him a colonizer? You think Hamza would call Drake as a colonizer? Bro, Chimaev isn't some liberal girl on TikTok calling everybody a colonizer. You're literally a white colonizer. Bro, you're just a white colonizer, dude. Hey, Drickus, yo. Hey, Drickus, you're just a white freaking colonizer, man. That is not cool. Umar's only good until he fights Marab. No, Umar's always good. What do you mean? Saeed lost to the Brazilian dude. Saeed is overrated. Nah, Vinicius is good though. And yeah, and that was a close fight where Vinicius was gassed. It's just Saeed has no gas tank. You want to talk about somebody with no gas tank? Look right at Saeed. Like, and it's so frustrating to watch Saeed because it's like, you know, he's gassed, but he's throwing like question mark kicks and things. It's like, why? Amon definitely complained his parents bought him last year's model when he got a car as a gift. Yeah, probably. Nobody said anything about cleft lip, bro. Chill out. Yo, nobody said anything about cleft lip, bro. Chill out. Chimaev doesn't even have a cleft lip. Like, I'm pretty sure he just cut his lip open one time. Remember the name? Tommy? Who's this? Bro, what is that picture, bro? $2 from Dag, from Frederick? And he says, Dag, you are a Diddy Blood XD. You pickle chin. Ah, boy. Thanks for the $2, but I'm not a Diddy Blood. Just want to let you know, I ain't no Diddy Blood. I'm nonchalant as hell. Who's this guy? Tommy McMillan. He has a Dana White Contender Series fight against Cody Law, who's 9-2. Trains out of American Top Team. This guy trains out of Team Wolfpack, who has literally nobody but a bunch of amateurs. Okay, I could see it. You got Cumshot or Diddy P? Oh, Hamza, bro. See that t-shirt in the back, bro? That's a Chimaev jersey. You know who we backing. He trains at Red Hawk. Oh, really? Oh, I trust him then. I believe in him. Tim Welch. Yeah, I know Red Hawk. Yeah, I'm down in Arizona. That's dope. I trust in. I think Tim Welch is a great coach. People said O'Malley needs to leave Tim Welch. Bro, why? People were clowning on him. People were clowning on Sean O'Malley for changing up what he did that brought him to the dance. Yet now they want him to change up what he does that brought him to the dance. Like, makes no sense. Patty Gaethje sucks in my opinion. I think Patty Armon is better because Patty's going to fight old men all the way to the title shot. Yeah, but Justin Gaethje isn't like that far outside their prime. And let's keep it a buck. Fighting old men nowadays isn't as bad as it was before, because with all the technology, all the recovery stuff, everything guys are doing nowadays, even at their old age, guys are doing well, right? Like the 35 and under curse got broken with Volkanovski, right? So imagine Hamza goes to some straight white man, yeah. How likely is Umar wins a rematch? How likely Umar beats Merab in a rematch? I'd probably say 75%. 100% pulling out, homie allowed in the U.S.? Nah, he's allowed. Chimaev's allowed. Diddy blood, watch your tone. I'm not a Diddy blood, bro. What is wrong with you? I feel like Hamza does not take DDP out the first. He's going to get knocked out in the third. DDP gets knocked out, Chimaev. I think regardless, I think Chimaev can win a decision, which people are gonna hate on me. But it's like DDP ain't known for his cardio, man. Too much was killing the owls all along. Yeah, apparently, yeah. It was Tim Welch who killed the owls outside of Sean O'Malley's house. Because they just don't listen to what Tim says in the corner. They think corner work is all that goes into coaching. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. They think just because Tim Welch. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Just because Tim Welch said it's almost over, Suge, that dude, you're such a bad coach. It's like, yeah, you have no idea what it takes. Pat God humbled his ass. What? Okay. I don't know why it's not working. The thing. O'Malley has only lost to Marab recently. They act like he's losing to a nobody. Sean O'Malley has only ever lost to Marab. Only ever lost to Marab. He's lost to nobody outside of Marab. He's never lost before. Hamzat allowed in as soon as Trump president. Yep. Mogged. You have no auras. I'm nonchalant with Riz. Thank you, Frederick, for that intricate detail. Another red hot fighter, Ezra, going on contender. Tim calls him the American Hamzat. Really? Let's watch some tape on him. Ezra Elliott. Okay. Usman got no knees. He's never had knees, kid. Hey, Dag, are there any good MMA gyms or teams in Louisiana? I know you follow the fight scenes a lot more than me. In Louisiana, not that I've seen of. There's probably a decent amount, but it's not like it's a hot spot for MMA gyms right now, right? You're looking at Florida. You're looking at Arizona. You're looking at Nevada. You're looking at, you know, those nicer climates are where a lot of those MMA gyms are. And in terms of Louisiana, there might be, but they're probably, I think there's a little bit of a boxing scene in Louisiana, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really know if there's any really big gyms in Louisiana. Like, I'm trying to see if there's any fighters, no fighters. There's no really huge Ronin. Like, there's a bunch of gyms. But nothing really that stands out to me that I can see. Do some jiu-jitsu gyms here and there, but you know, not too many big ones. Usman got no knees. Yep. Hamzat might get the flu next week. He's not getting the flu. This guy's making it to the fight. You guys got to stop with this Chimaev sick issue. You guys want to talk about? All you guys want to talk about? Chimaev's gonna get sick, bro. He's gonna pull out. What happened to Whitaker? What happened to Whitaker? So the Vera loss doesn't count on Sean's record. The Vera loss does not count on Sean's record. Let's be honest. The Vera loss, I feel like the moment he beat Vera and dominated Vera, you know, that loss gets wiped off the record. Should we pick up where we left off? Nope. Bro, anytime an ad pops up, I got to close your stream or open. Yours is the only one that's doing this. My bad, bro. My bad. You know what? I got to fix that right now. Let me turn off ads because I only make like 25 cents a stream, so it's like I'm not trying to Jew y'all for that much. You know what I mean? Like I ain't that bad. All right, there we go. I just keep on forgetting to turn it off. That's the only problem. All right, there you go. It should be good. Should be no ads, bro. There should be no ads. All right, there you go. What's up? Yo, weird. What Frederick is doing very smart, but is also very dangerous. BJJ is gay. Don't do it. Just another. Do you practice any combat sports? Yup. Some kickbox, some boxing here and there, and then some jujitsu. Imagine getting stabbed from some greaseball and you aren't even trying to be a fighter. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Or explaining what you're doing on like a Saturday evening without explaining what you're doing on a Saturday evening. You know, like if you got to tell someone, like if you got to explain jujitsu to somebody who doesn't know what it is, it's like, well, me and a bunch of men, right? We take our shirts off and we get really sweaty and we roll around to try to see if someone can be submitted. We might end up with our nuts in their face and All sorts of freaky positions. Hamzat looks jacked. I like to see how well he transitioned into middleweight. I think he's looked the best he's ever looked. Like, he looks... Honestly, I think Chimaev might be a little bit too big for middleweight right now. Like, he looks big. Sugar State Athletic Commission confirmed? Yeah. Why do you think you're famous? Why do I think I'm famous? Why do I think I'm famous? Because 2000's a lot of people, man. I don't know what 2000... What's an arena look like with 2000? Every cent? Nope. That's like $100 to you because you're a rabbi. But what if Michael... That could be bad. Jiu-jitsu. You're good, bro. Keep the ads on. No, it's fine. It's fine. Question. Why did Sean Strickland not know how to reverse rear control versus Usman, even though that should be a yellow or orange belt skill level? Because there's a little bit... When you're fighting in MMA, there's a little bit of like this... There's a couple reasons why he might not know how to reverse a position or do something in terms of grappling. First off, it could be nerves. You could be nervous and you could be scared. And when you're nervous and scared, you might like completely forget something. You know, like if you've ever taken an exam or done like a test in the past and you know something, you know the answer to something, but in the moment you just forget because you're nervous or you're scared. Same thing can happen in the competition. Right? So it'd be like, and then you can be like, after, you're like, dude, how did I get trapped in that? I knew what to do, you know? So that can happen. And then it could also just be the fact that, you know, in MMA, it's a little bit different than just pure grappling because you could get punched. So you might be safe in a position. That's why you don't see a lot of leg locks or heel hooks in MMA because it's like you can be, you know, reversed and then you're getting punched in the face and you're getting knocked out. You've seen that before. Whereas jiu-jitsu, it happens literally all the time. Y'all think Hamzat could be a she-male? No, I don't think Hamzat could be a she-male. I mean, he's literally sent me pics. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, bro, on top of that, imagine explaining how you got that weird infection on your face rolling around on the mat with dudes in case you got a weird bar fight one day. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you do jiu-jitsu? Just in case. Just in case I need a roll on the ground with a guy. Yeah. Yeah. I think jiu-jitsu guys probably start fights. How many times do you think jiu-jitsu guys will start a fight? And then just so they can put their jiu-jitsu to the test and then get brutally knocked out. Like try to start a bar fight and be like, dude, I literally trained jiu-jitsu. I'll choke you out. And then, like, in the first couple of seconds, they just get knocked out. Like, fuck, I'm never getting in a bar fight again, man. Good point. Honestly, BJJ is similar to hockey in a way. Not at all, actually. BJJ is not anywhere close to hockey. Also, don't think Sean is healthy. I've heard people say that you never are right after labrum surgeries. I've seen people say you're never right after labrum surgery. But at the same time, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're just going to never get the surgery, right? But I have heard that. I've heard people in other sports have labrum surgeries. I'm pretty sure it's like a crazy statistic. Like 50% of all like high-level sports athletes don't have like or have labrum injuries or something. Did you guys see Suga in the boot tube before the fight? I did see Sean O'Malley in crutches before. I don't know why I didn't take that into consideration. Sigmund charge plus you can't overpower guy. What are you gonna do? Wrist lock him or some gay shit? Hope to get an ankle lock? Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I'm aware of that. I have nearly 2,000 hours of full contact fighting under my belt. I should have gone pro about 20 years ago, but that's a different matter. Oh, is this Wade Smith? I remember Wade Smith. Average 4-stripe white belt. Average 4-stripe white belt. Yeah. Trying to start street fights. Is that what you're referring to? Your average 4-stripe white belt is starting street fights. Only get KO'd in the first 30 seconds. Just to get hit with like the craziest 6-piece combo. Some guy's head gets turned into one of those like like one of those machines, like the boxing machines. Milson BJJ is worse than hockey, kind of. What do you mean, kind of? No martial art is saving you. Yeah, yeah, I can. Best martial arts for a street fight, probably Krav Maga. I think that's the correct path. If you ever want to be a guy who's coming out on top in a street fight, definitely do Krav Maga, because that's about manipulating your opponent's body through, you know, non-physical contact. BJJ, even though it's Brazilian, it's definitely Canadian. No. Can't even get strapped because you'll break? What? BJJ's prob's good in one-on-one situations, but anytime I go out, always see people in groups of 3 or 4. BJJ not going to save you there. I do believe hockey is superior to BJJ with the boxing aspect and the counter wrestling. That's actually a really interesting take. That's actually a great opinion. I agree. Well, what I like to do is train to, or help people train a younger fighter to fight like I was trained to fight, and combine it with BJJ to make the best possible rounded fighter I know I can teach. Okay. I love watching strongman roll around on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing on my free time. I'll just head over to my local BJJ gym, and I'll just watch it. I'll bring some popcorn, some tissues, and some moisturizer, and I'll just go crazy. That's what I'll do. Krav Maga doesn't work, trust me. I do hockey. Yeah. You was in my recommendation, so I think your channel is in the algorithm. Oh, thank you for letting me know. My channel is in the algorithm. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Wait, you need to start implementing hockey to your arsenal? Yeah, yeah, 100%. Because you know what? That's probably the most, if you look at hockey fights, that's probably one of the most realistic situations you're going to be getting in, right? Because you have T-shirts, right? So you grab the T-shirt with one arm, right? You try to hold them as far away as possible, and you just start pounding, you know? Dude keeps ambient fireplace sounds on the headphones as he watches men north to south on sweaty mat. Yeah. Let's try north-south. Let's try it again. Let's do north-south again. Hey, can we practice north-south? Hey, Trace Cortez, do you think we could practice north-south? Yeah, I really need to train my north-south position. Yeah, I need to train my north-south. That's what I need to do. And I just want to become, like there's some guys who are, like Craig Jones. He's a leg lock expert. He's a leg lock expert. Me, I'm trying to be a north-south expert. I'm trying to be, tries to pull guard and gets body slammed by a TikTok kid jacked on starms and weird Chinese testosterone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, I train jujitsu. Yeah, I have a white belt in jits. Yeah, I'm a huge jits guy. And then it just gets knocked out. I could totally see that. That's one thing I suck at skating. I bust my ass every other second when I'm skating. Bust your ass. Have you seen Draymond Green in the NBA? He should be in the UFC. Draymond Green? Nah. Draymond Green only likes to pick on young, defenseless men who are smaller than him, like Jordan Poole. I mean, if you ever fight somebody who's his own size, Draymond Green versus LeBron is a good fight to make. I want to see that. I think Dana White would unfortunately only give him 12-12. Like that fight could genuinely be on the table, and Dana White giving him 12-12. Yeah, that's the best we could do. Yeah, 12-12. Yeah, that's all you can get, LeBron. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, kid. Yeah, that's all you're worth, buddy. Good luck at PFL. You don't understand hockey teaches you the wrist withstand blows from armored men with hockey sticks? Nah. Hockey players have been studied to almost have superhuman levels of durability. True. Hey, Tracy, I feel like my north-south is just sloppy and amateurs. And amateurs, it'd be great if I could touch you. Sorry? What? Yo. Training in the cold would do that. I go for walks when it's freezing temps outside just to do it. Draymond LeBron, the battle of the bitches. Yeah. LeBron wouldn't be fighting. He's a duck. He's super soft. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's probably true. But he probably would be a heavyweight champion if LeBron trained MMA. He would definitely be MMA. He would be the champion. I think LeBron could beat John Jones, which is crazy. I think he could definitely beat John Jones. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know. I think he would beat John Jones in a fight. LeBron, if he trained for like, if we sent LeBron, if we sent LeBron 2-3 years Dagestan, he could easily be champion. You know, I can see it. Send LeBron 2-3 years Georgia, and then another 2-3 years Dagestan. He could easily, he could be the champ. Sigma, that might be true. The other day in the Stanley Cup, the fights got out of hand. There was some good gi versus gi jiu-jitsu demons in hockey rink, I swear. Only person LeBron will press is Stephen A. Yeah, probably. Or Diddy. Hey, Cortez, do you consent to rolling in north-south with me? Yeah, nice one. LeBron, if he played hockey in the NHL, generally could have been top 5 in heavyweight if he chased that goal. LeBron, if he played hockey in the NHL, generally could have been a top 5 heavyweight. Bro, LeBron already today, are you beating Kenny Okoye? In a fight, am I beating Kenny Okoye? Probably not. But I think if it was life or death situation, I would find a way to win. Maybe he has me beat in the skill aspect or the strength aspect or the knowledge aspect. But I feel like I'm not losing life or death. I'm not dying. No way. That's impossible. Maybe I'd probably just see some red. See some red here. But if we both had the time to train, I'd beat him for sure. I'd probably beat a lot of guys. Kenny towers over all of us. Nah, stop it. Kenny's basically Anderson Silva with Habib's wrestling. That's what I heard. All the gyms talk about the elusive Kenny Okoye. Dag wouldn't. Okay, no, I would not. The moment I would probably start off, if I were to fight Kenny, I'd start off just trash talking Adesanya. This guy would have a fit, have a temper tantrum, and then that's when you catch him off guard. That's what you got to do. Say Adesanya's ass, and then he'd start crying, and in that fit of rage and tears, I'd snatch up that neck. The elusive. Dag is is Mike Mallett's cousin? Yeah. Some people say I'm Mike Mallett's cousin. Some people say that. Yeah. Because we stand on guard for thee. It's probably one of the best quotes you've ever heard. It's probably up there with you got Conor McGregor. Right? You have that one by Michael Chandler. You have Ireland, 3 million. Russia, 330 million. Or whatever, right? And then you got Mike Mallett's classic, I stand on guard for thee. You have no wrestling, brother? Yeah, that's true. Don't forget Brian Battle. Y'all must not have thought I was going to get my ass kicked by a French dude. Isn't that something what he said? I think Usman's better than GSP. Kenny is jacked. Notice how he doesn't read the second half of what I said? Yeah, I know. Because it's ass. There was another Russian guy whose name started with M. I think he was supposed to get promoted to the UFC, but didn't know that happened or not. You don't know anything here? A Russian guy whose name started with M? Nah, I don't know. Usman's for real, but he's not a perfect fighter. He dropped his hands at the worst possible moment. Yeah, it is what it is, man. He got caught. He came back for a quick turnaround, and the knockout was still lingering in his head, and then he fought Chimaev. Honestly, I don't think anybody here can beat Kenny Okoye. Nah, bro. What? Kenny Okoye, I think Kenny Okoye genuinely has some retard strength to him. Magomedov probably. Yeah. Magomedov maybe, but I mean, he was never that good. He holds a win over Piotr Jan, but that was a robbery. Honestly, I don't think anybody. Though, bro, you gotta start lifting so you can fight Kenny. That sounds right, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it could have been Magomedov. But where's Magomedov at? Is he in PFL or Bellator? PFLator, whatever that dying organization's at. The size difference too much. Dag is skinny fat at 5'7". I'm not skinny fat, and I'm not 5'7". Stop it. But I tried to tell people, Bellator is just the B leagues. That's really just the B leagues. It's just a trash org. Do 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 do. Wait, what? Did y'all see this? Y'all listen to this. Listen to this.
A lot of them are speculation. We wanted to hear John's side of the story, and we wanted to hear what his lawyer had to say about it. Obviously, he's very disappointed. He's upset. He wanted to go down as one of the greats, but or the greatest ever, and he's disappointed. But it is what it is. It was the decision we had to make.
What kind of damage does this do to your sport right now, Dana?
Obviously we have a guy like John Jones who has defended his title as many times as he has, and for us to have to go in and strip him of his title and suspend him, it's not fun.
Bro,
But you know what they say.
This is so bro, this is a troll. That's from forever ago. That's stupid, bro. Wow, what happened? That's absurd. No, it's not even real. That's just a troll. That's like a conversation from forever ago. That's trash. Yeah, I know. This is when he got stripped at 205. This isn't. What are your thoughts on Magomed Mustafayev when he fought? Did you think he'll be ranked if he was still in the UFC? What are my thoughts on him? I don't remember the last time he fought. He kind of just dipped, right? Oh, Magomed Mustafa. He KO'd Rafael Fiziev, right? Was he the guy that like spinning wheel kicked Rafael Fiziev? Or am I tripping? Is that a different guy? No, that is him. Imagine losing to Kevin Lee. Dude, that's why I think could have beaten him. Swear he got lucky against Fiziev. Nah, he looked like he was better than Fiziev. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, Kevin Lee beat him. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying prime Kevin Lee could have easily have give problems to Khabib. And people get mad when I say Kevin Lee could have beaten Khabib. Bro, I think he could have beaten Khabib, man. Don't call out Kenny Dag. He can submit or KO whenever he wants. Just fight left lane or hackle. Buckley? Nah, stop it. What, bro? What's with people glazing Buckley today? But Buckley's mid. He's beating a bunch of nobodies, and he's about to get humbled, brutally humbled and humiliated on Saturday, man. Ortega versus John Silva. Probably Jenna Ortega. Song or O'Malley. Probably O'Malley. But I think Song Yadong can beat Umar, and I think he could beat Merab. Kevin Lee mentally would lose to Khabib. Nah. He moved up and hasn't lost since. Yeah, but he hasn't fought anybody since. Fought Colby Covington on 3 weeks' notice, right? And Colby Covington, out of his prime, looked mid in his fight before that. Fought Wonder Boy where he was losing and then he got a lucky KO. Fought Vicente Luque who pulled guard and quit. I mean, there's just too many asterisks in Buckley's past couple of fights for me to confidently say he wins. You know? There's really nothing, I believe. Habib ducked Kevin Lee. So true. So true. If I see my weight in chat again, I'm just timing Sigma. Nope. I'm not asking who. I'm telling you that Ortega versus Silva and Fluffy Chandler is happening. Ruffy Chandler? John Duty. I know what you're talking about. I've heard what you're talking about. And I don't want to say you're wrong, but you're wrong because it's this troll on Twitter who lies about fights that are happening. It's this Michael Rubin guy, or Reuben Carter. I think it's Reuben Carter. Reuben Carter. Reuben. You heard it from the nerd himself this weekend? Really? Nah, no way. No way Chandler takes that. Covington's nearing retirement. He was already retired. Nearing retirement. Usman not in his prime anymore, so he might lose. Yeah, but even though Usman's in his prime, or not in his prime, he still looked good out of his prime. Against Leon Edwards, he looked okay. Against Chimaev, he looked okay. Chandler needs to retire. He's, 11 losses already? He's embarrassing himself now? Yeah, I know, but if Chandler fights like some lower level comp, he could easily win. You know, he's only lost to some of the better guys in the UFC. Oliveira, Chandler, Dustin, Justin, Oliveira, Chandler, Justin, Dustin, Patty. No, I don't know. I heard it from the I have Reuben Carter and MMA blocked on Twitter. Crazy Kev lies a lot about fights announcements. Really? Does he really lie a lot about fight announcements? I think I should do that. Should I do that? Should I lie about fight announcements that are coming up? I think that's the strategy. Usman always shows up, looks a real force. He probably uses straight kicks more than any other fighter in the league too. You already lie too much? I don't lie. I literally never lie. I'm probably one of the most truthful men in this space. I don't know what you're talking about. All I speak is the truth. Yeah, I only speak the truth. Okay, what have I lied about, man? Do some research on Crazy Kev and his creepiness towards women? Nah, you're kidding me? There's lore to Crazy Kev? Should I lose all my followers? Is basically what you said. Yeah, probably. Yeah, true. Crazy Kev on what he says about women? Oh no, Crazy Kev, women? What did he say? Bro, what? It's fact. Screenshot, prove it all over Twitter. Really? What? I don't remember the details, but you did a clickbait last month or 2 ago. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I probably did clickbait. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Really, Crazy Kev? Crazy Kev? Really be Crazy Kev? All right, let's see. What could Crazy Kev? Crazy Kev. Bro, alright, man. What? Those were bro, I don't even have it. What are you talking about? You do It's done. It's done. It's literally done. Look at this. Look at this hackle. Look. It's dead. And I'm not buying a new one. I'm done with it. Crazy Kev. Interesting. Want to become a UFC fighter? Can you endorse me? What do you mean, can I endorse you? No. Or maybe Thai boxing or normal boxing? No. Why would I endorse you, Bao? Do you agree? What degree of training do you have? Yeah, get this guy to endorse you. There, you guys can connect here. I do need someone to rent the Ferraris and hotels. You know what? I can't endorse you then. I'll cover the Ferraris cost aspect of training camp because we all know Ferraris are an integral part of the training camp. Did Ben Askren die? I saw Kyle Barrow post rip Ben Askren. Dag, I'm starting my corn career. Will you corner me between rounds? Yeah, I'll make sure you're still prepped. I'll make sure you're prepped. Oh my gosh. Dana White talking about a slapping league? I think there's a different slapping league he needs. I don't have the means to endorse you, but I know a BJJ instructor who does promote pro fighters. Askren's still unresponsive. Really? Ben is back in hospital. Really? Okay. Guru raid. No, it's cap. What happened to Ben? I don't know. He got like put in a coma or something. But you can't be one person talking about Guru raid. Cal doesn't understand English. He thought he died. That's not funny. That's not funny. But it is a little bit funny, yeah. Staph and pneumonia. Yes, staph infection is what he had. Bear cheese and praying it's a guru raid. Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't pray for days like that? I used to pray for times like this, days like that. I used to pray for times like this. Thanks, Wade. I appreciate the sincere response. What's the instructor's name? Yeah. Find that out, mate. Yeah. Find it out. Oh my gosh. Askren's not even fighting and he might die over some grease ball that didn't feel like showering. Yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy when you put it that way. How'd you die? Some sweaty virgin who likes to touch grown men forgot to shower. Some guy who thought he was Charles Oliveira forgot to shower. Some guy who thought he was Islam Makhachev forgot to shower. So now I'm on the verge of death. Crazy. What do you think of Sketch? Do you respect him regardless of his past? I only started to respect Sketch once I found out about his past. You know, that's the moment I saw that, I'm like, you know what? That's a hard life to live. You know, it takes a lot of courage to do what he did. People stop saying "What's up, brother?" real quick. Yeah, yeah. Gay people probably say it now, right? Probably shows up a lot at Pride events. I used to goon like this, so I can goon like that. Yep. Did they roll together? We all have a sketch like past. Oh yeah, for sure. We all have made an OnlyFans in the past, where you know, we've all made an OnlyFans in the past where we'd be taking crazy, we'd be taking crazy requests. Any request goes. Wow, you respect him only because of that? Interesting. Would you ever do what Sketch did? Would I ever do what Sketch did? Probably. Let me think. That's actually a really tough question. Probably not. I probably would not do that. You celebrate Pride Month? Do I celebrate it? Nah. Dag celebrates Pride. Nah. It's like isn't that like a deadly sin? Isn't that crazy? That's a deadly sin. What happens if we start celebrating the other deadly sins? Right? Remember the Tyron Woodley leak? Tyron Woodley leak? Nah, I only remember a video about him playing the harmonica got out. You know? Dag sketch leak reaction. I already told y'all this. I knew about the sketch leaks before it was mainstream, like 6 months before. Dag ditched that and roll a below. Nah, it's not even like this. This doesn't even work. This is like having a toy. It doesn't. It doesn't work. It's dead. It has no use. It's just a box at this point. Woodley had a leak eating coochie. Bro, what are you talking about? I literally saw the video where Tyron Woodley was just playing the harmonica. Some of the sketch videos are actually decent, but mostly only because of the... Okay. I want to go brag about knowing about the sketch leaks. Well, too late. I already bragged. Grown man blowing his vape. Okay. I'm going to email him and ask him to help me. Do you think he'll reply? Bro, no one's going to sponsor you for no reason. You got to start putting on some performances and get sponsors. No one's sponsoring you for doing nothing. If you start getting some O'Malley level KOs, right, then you're going to start getting some sponsors, man. But until then, bro, no one's giving you shit. No one's giving you any money. You're getting a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, no way. Jamal Hill just posted a new shadow boxing video. Oh, he actually looks really, really good. He might actually be able to beat Pereira. Most definitely he's going to beat Khalil Roundtree. I think Khalil might actually be cooked, guys. Did you guys see this? Khalil, Jamal Hill, new shadow boxing leak? Crazy. Crazy. This guy's really grinding out here. Even in the nighttime, in the middle of the street, this guy's working hard. Looks sharp. Thank you for not banning chat for saying weird shit. Have a nice day. My game is starting out. Peace, brother. Yo, what's good? What's good, man? Username edits. Does it have different associations? That boy took 10 minutes to recover after that vid? Yeah, yeah. Just wanna say things. Timed you out because you told him his girlfriend looks like a mouse. Seriously, can't believe really gave Alex Pereira a tough fight. He was never that good. Khalil? Yeah, Khalil ain't that guy. Khalil ain't that guy. Are you team Marty or Buck? Oh, I'm team Usman. Hey, Usman. Hey, I'm team Usman, man. Hey, I'm Usman. Usman's gonna... That's why I'm saying, Buckley's gonna get humbled. Probably humiliated as well. He's a 5th degree black belt. Roundtree used to be fat. Yeah, he did used to be fat. But what does that have to do with anything, man? Are you team Usman because he exposed your boyfriend? No, I'm not Usman because he exposed Exposes my boyfriend. I don't. Okay. Chimaev is not my boyfriend. All right, like. I'm just Team Usman. Okay, I kind of am Team Usman because he actually did good against Chimaev, right? Because it does. If Kamaru Usman KOs Buckley, that really does make Chimaev look good, you know. And I really do want Chimaev to look good. Usman used to be the most feared fighter. Crazy, nobody would call him before. Yep, short but strong. Yep. What's your favorite race? Okay. Nice one. Marty Usman finna get bucked in Atlanta via the switch. Bro, what are you talking about? Usman gonna KO that fool, man. Usman gonna KO Butt, man. On Crip? No. Pat Barry. Crazy. Um. Um. How do y'all feel about Marab's relationship with Nina Drama? Like, they seem to be some of the best friends. Which accent was that? I don't know. How good is Usman? I thought Whitaker would give Hamza a little tougher fight. No, I think it's the fact that, well, you got to remember that Chimaev was sick in the Usman fight. Right? He was sick. Usman, 2-time champion, right? Nah, just 1 time. Would you attend a road trip with Payne Talbot? Sketch? I don't know who that guy is. Did you know Marab has split custody of a cat with a stripper? Marab has split custody of a cat with a stripper? Really? Marab lives on Long Island, not too far from where I trained. Real story. Look up Marab cat. Marab cat. No way. What? What do you mean? Split custody? Where do you, what? I don't see it. Used to date a stripper and now they split share a cat? Tough though, because they both work Saturday nights. How do you feel about MMA Guru? That dude is really annoying. I think he's funny. I think his fan base is a little bit sick in the head there. They can be, but overall, I think he's pretty funny. UFC star Kamaru Usman found slimed out in his Atlanta home. Bro, no way. Bro, what is this? I don't see Marab cat. Marab cat. I don't see anything. Your chat is on screen is glitched. Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know what's wrong with it. I used to say grip Chris Moutinho in chats as a gross last year in media interview. Tried to. Oh, damn. I don't see anything about Marab's cat. Oh. Tim Welch explains his story. He was told about Marab Dvalishvili. Um. I got a message from a guy on Instagram and it says, "Hey, I have some dirt on Marab. He gave it to me," which Welch began to state on a recent episode. I said, "Let's hear it." He said he has split custody of a cat with his ex-stripper girlfriend. Picks up the cat 10 minutes before I pull up there, Welch claimed. Mm. Split custody of a cat. Interesting. I bought a stuffed cat to a press conference. Marab flipped you off. Really? Dude, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Marab having a split custody of a cat with his ex-stripper girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend who is a stripper. I wonder, that's, you know what? That's totally believable. Marab does seem like the type of guy. Marab does seem like the type of guy to date a stripper. Like, go to the strip club and be like, and after be like, bro, I think she actually I think she actually loves me. I think I'm in love, man. 48 hours till the 170 King returns. That's so soy, yeah. True. I would never do that. I'd never fall in love with a stripper. What? Like, me? Never. I'd never do that. No, not happening. Ever. Not gonna happen. Alright. I'm probably gonna dip, boys. I got a video talking about how overrated Buckley is and how underrated Kamaru Usman. Hey, Usman. Hey, Usman. Hey, Usman. Go watch this. It's been your boy, dang mate. Go watch this. Peace, boys. Thank you for being here. Lackluster effort. I'm not giving lackluster effort, bro. It's called I gotta go to work.